Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how I overcame anxiety. So let's just get right into it. Okay, so in 2016, I was in a series of 3 accidents. One in March, one in May, and then one in July. These accidents were not my fault. I was not behind the wheel. And yeah, I wasn't liable for any of these accidents. The first and the third accident, I was a passenger. The second accident, I was riding a bike. Yes, I know. You're like, girl, like, how did you get into an accident riding a bike? Well, I was in my subdivision going down a hill. Velocity picked up out of nowhere. Next thing I know, I'm waking up in grass. My side hurts. Everything hurts. I have scars on my chest, my legs, my foot. I have this big, beautiful scar right here from that accident, and I have some right there from that accident. So, after the first accident, I was just starting to, get rid of my anxiousness with the anxiety of being in cars, right? Because I felt like every time a car got close to wherever I was in the car, I would just get so nervous. And I would war with myself all the time. Like, is this anxiety? Am I anxious? Am I nervous? Is it combined? I don't know. So in 2016 was actually the year that I was gonna be driving. I was gonna get my license that year, but all of that came to a halt um, once I got into the bike accident because I had a few restrictions. So, and then in July when I got into like the little fender bender um, with my family, I was just like, I'm done. Like I'm not I'm not ready. I'm not ready to be behind the wheel of a car. I'm not ready to take control of this whole driving thing, right? So fast forward to um 2017, 2018, 2019. I had done a little bit of driving, since all those accidents, but I still wasn't ready. It was all an emotional, mental thing for me. So I felt like I had to take care of the emotional, mental side of things before um I got behind the wheel of a car because I didn't want like to be behind the wheel of a car get close to me and I freak out. Like at this point, all I know is that I got nervous when cars got too close to me, but I didn't know how I would react if I was the driver and um I, God forbid, like had a panic attack at the wheel. So from 2016 to 2018, I wasn't on any type of anxiety medicine. And I'm not going to say what the medicine was, but I wasn't on any medicine from 2016 to 2018 because, like I said, like I had a feeling that I was developing anxiety and that I had it. But one, I wasn't ready to admit it, I was in denial. And then two, I just feel like I've gotten myself out of, funks before. I can get myself out of this, right? Well, between all three of those accidents and then the second one being very, very traumatic, um, that's not all it was going to take, right? Like, I was going to see the school counselor. I was journaling. I was praying, and it just seemed like I'm sure those things were helping, but to me, it felt like it was taking too long to heal. Like I really was, especially in 2016, trying to rush the process of healing emotionally and mentally from the bike accident. and trying to heal emotionally and mentally with anxiety. Because one, I felt like I really don't have time for this. I'm going to be a student. I'm a student. I'm going to be going back to school in a few months. I had like 2 or 3 leadership positions on campus. um, I think at that time I was either event coordinator or like vice president of the club I was in at the time. I can't remember. So I just felt like I don't have time for any of this. I have to get back in school. I have to focus on school, focus on these leadership positions and XYZ. And all of that combined, it just wasn't good. Trying to remember 2017. Okay, yeah. Also in 20, no, what year was that? I can't even really remember. I was going to say something, but I can't remember. But 2016 just wasn't a good year. Like, I had this someone very dear to me. No, that was the next year. Like I said, 2016 to 2018 and 19 was just like kind of trash. Like, I can't admit there were more good moments than bad moments, but the bad that was going on, that was happening, it just like took the cake. 2017, I lost somebody very near and dear to my heart. 2018, my grandmother on my dad's side passes away. And then in 2019, my aunt passes away. I'm just like, okay, like, I don't, what's going on? Like, universe, God, this is a lot. Like, how am I supposed to handle everything that I'm handling with anxiety? Like, I didn't get it. I'm like, how do I expect me to overcome this, right? So fast forward to 2019, last year, I get put on anxiety medicine, and that medicine made me so, I'm gonna say, for a lack of better term, crazy. I really don't like to use that term, because if you do have anxiety or some type of, mental or emotional instability, you are not crazy. But the medicine that I was on, it changed me. Like, she said, the doctor, I'm asking her, okay, what is this anxiety medicine gonna do? And she was like, well, anxiety medicine, it just changes the chemistry of your brain. And she's just saying it all nonchalant, and in my head I'm thinking like, okay, you just said that, like, that's not a big deal. Like, your whole, the chemistry of my brain is going to be changed. Like, okay, if I get off the anxiety medicine, is it going to change back? Like, I'm like, is it a boomerang? Like, you send it back and it comes back to you? Like, I'm like, okay, I guess let's try it. Because at this point I felt like I've done the praying, I've gone to the counselor, I've done the journaling and the diary, I've talked to other friends who have anxiety, and all of that did help in a way. But even the friends I talked to who had anxiety, they didn't have the anxiety that I had, because it's different for everyone, right? And I didn't have anxiety with everything. Like, it was situational, and I didn't feel like I was anxious all the time or every day. It just felt like something would happen, or I would get triggered by something, and like I would just like get anxious. So yeah, 2019, I get put on the anxiety medicine, and I was not this person. Like, yeah, I was still going out and having fun sporadically, but there would be times like my friends would ask to come over, and I would be like, I would lie and be like, oh no, I gotta work on this, so maybe another time. And yeah, sometimes I would be working on stuff, but then other times it would just be like, I don't want to have company, because I didn't want my friends to see me the way I was. On the outside, I was okay, but your real friends and family, when they know you, they're going to sense when you're not yourself. So I didn't want them to see me the way I was. And I was like, I was for also, I was embarrassed that I had anxiety because I'm like, I'm the strong one, I'm the funny one, I'm the one who's always checking on other people, making sure they're good, giving myself. And here I am, and now I need that back. And then I knew how to ask for it, but I didn't because I didn't want people to like be on watch, of me. And I didn't have anxiety or these anxious thoughts like where I felt like I was going to take my life. I didn't have those thoughts at all. But I just got to a point where I was like, I am tired of having anxiety. Um, and like I wasn't the best sister, I wasn't the best daughter. The person I was dating at the time, I wasn't the best person to them. I wasn't the best employee. Like that medicine, like it's like I don't even really know how to explain it, but I had so many call outs from work because I couldn't sleep the night before. Um, I had a panic attack. Well, not a panic attack, but like an anxiety attack where I'm just crying for hours on hours and hours to the point that I would just be so exhausted, not even knowing why I was crying. And then I would be so exhausted that I felt like I couldn't perform well at work. Sometimes I wouldn't even have that. Like that I would take the medicine like in the morning. I used to work 6 to 11 a.m. When I got off work, I would take my medicine, and it seemed like once that medicine hit, it lasted all the way into the wee hours of the morning till I had to get up for work again. Like it made me feel like I couldn't get up for work. Like I would do my whole routine, and then after that, it would just like, don't go to work. You don't go to work. And I'm just like, why do I feel like this? Like, where did this, downness just come from? Like, I just got up, I was bubbly, and then all of a sudden, like that, like, I was just like depleted of like energy and not wanting to do anything. And that even really wasn't just for work too. It was just like hanging out with friends. And I said a lot of mean things to some people. I said mean things to my sister. I said mean things to the person I was dating at the time. And I just sometimes I really do wish I could do 2019 over because I don't feel like I gave the best of me to my sister and my family and the person I was dating at the time. I feel like, I mean, luckily, my family knew who I was before all this, that anxiety stuff. But I just felt like I could have been better, to a lot of people and to myself last year. And how I overcame that is, like I said earlier, I made the conscious decision to not want to take anxiety medicine. And I'm not knocking it. If you feel like you need it and it's working for you, then I'm happy for you. And I'm not saying I won't ever need anxiety medicine again. I hope not, but I'm not ruling it out completely. But I made the decision that I don't want to take this medicine anymore. I don't like what it's doing to my mind, my spirit, and my soul. I just didn't like it. And so when the medicine ran out, I decided not to re-up on the medicine, like do a refill, because I was like, let me just work on me without these added, things that I'm not even used to. So I was still journaling, praying, talking to people, but it just seemed like when I made that decision to be myself again, be me again, I just started to feel better almost instantly. It's just like one day I was just like, you really don't have to do this. You don't have to be anxious. You don't have to take on so much, because even before anxiety, like I'm a very empathetic person and I'm very sensitive to people's emotions and energies, especially if I care about you. Like your problems unfortunately become my problems, and like I'm trying to figure out not how to fix you, but how to fix it. Like, because I don't want anybody around me to be unhappy. Meanwhile, I was. So when I made the decision to be situational to who and what I gave my empathy, my energy, and my spirit and my soul to, I just started to feel so much better about me. And it's like, it's like, this is gonna sound like a line out of a movie, but it's just like these barriers and these chains just started falling for me when I made the conscious decision to be a better me, because I did not like myself last year. Like, yeah, I was still laughing and smiling, and sometimes I was doing it on purpose, and sometimes it just came naturally. But I am so happy that I made the decision to not be on anxiety medicine anymore, because my mind, my spirit, the way I am to the people that I love is so much better now. And I'm happy. I really wasn't happy last year. Also because I wasn't in school, so I was dealing with the embarrassment, the disappointment, and the failure of not being in school. And having to work really hard to get myself back. It is hard, but I'm so proud of myself, because I'm doing everything that I'm doing is for me and preparing my future self for me and my family and the people that are going to come into my life. Like, they're going to get a better version of Brittany. So I'm going to end this video now. And if you have the testimony of how you've overcome whatever it is, not just anxiety, feel free to share in the comment section. Um, but just know that you can do this, and don't rush the process. Don't rush your healing. Don't rush your emotions. Don't feel like, and I can say this because I felt all these things, don't feel like, dang, I just cried yesterday, I don't want to cry again. But anything you need to do, get it all out, whether you gotta cry, scream, run, throw something, not at anybody, don't throw it at someone, but anything you need to do, I'll say helpfully, to combat what it is you're going through. Do it for you, don't do it for anybody else. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.